Anything that he puts his mind to, he's gonna accomplish.
What's up guys, Derek, moreplates.com. Today we're going to be reacting to Dylan McKnight 2-year natural transformation, 18 to 20. So he says in the description, in the 2.5 years I've been pursuing bodybuilding, I've experienced things and changed in ways on this journey that I simply cannot put into words. So I decided to show you instead, as this video captivates the ups and downs. You can imagine it was quite the humbling experience, piecing it all together. Some parts are a little embarrassing for me and others are great. Nonetheless, they're all part of my story. So you need to see both. Thank you all. So there's been quite a few requests for this one. So figure, you know, a nice, easy video, to be honest. He's compiled everything for me. I just have to fucking sit here, watch it, and figure out if it looks natural, like linear, natural progression, if it looks realistic for the time frame and for this guy's baseline genetics. So let's see his pinned comment. Now remember, everyone send this to Greg. Just like we talked about, if all goes according to plan and he makes a natty or not, we should be able to surpass 100,000 subs without lifting a finger. Okay, that's funny. So this is 2.5 years of training from ages 18 to 20. Good to know. All right, so let's get into it.
If you dedicated your entire being to one thing.
Let me show you.
Okay, so this kid already is visible abs and shredded at an early age.
Dylan is one of the most hardworking.
Damn, son. So he's like, you always had that kid in your high school who was like, or even your middle school, where you could tell he was just like, for whatever reason, his body composition was just superior to everyone else genetically. He'd have like a structured out chest already, and he's like not even started lifting, and he has a visible six-pack, and he already has a better abs and chest than a lot of guys who are, you know, years into lifting. And, you know, most guys never even get abs with simultaneous mass on their frame at the same time. Like obviously he's pretty damn skinny here, but in general, individuals who can, you know, maintain this body composition and have any muscle on them, like often you'll see them grow leaner. You know, it's a lot harder for them to put on body fat genetically, and you know, it's unfair, unfortunately, but it's just how it fucking is for some people. They can just grow leaner than the next guy, and their baseline, you know, just body composition is just superior.
And determined people I know. His results show that as well.
So this is the before and after already?
I mean, it's just a side effect, but I mean, anything Dylan does, he gives it his all. He tries his best to be his best at like literally everything he does. I mean, just
man, the foresight of some of these YouTubers nowadays. You're like literally your first day in the gym and you're fucking filming already.
From his past, I mean, flipping, he was insane.
Holy fuck. So obviously extremely athletic and very good genetics as well. So this is obviously a good combination for muscle growth potentially.
And I mean, now with bodybuilding, I mean, he literally has sculpted a physique that is revered by many people because, I mean, it's hard work, it's hard to do, so yeah.
Man, those flies. Injuries from my flipping career eventually caught up to me and had taken their toll on my knees and many other parts of my body. Ooh, fuck, dude. I'm paying attention, bro.
It's very difficult.
Man, this guy's fucking peeled already.
About Dylan, you're gonna do great things. You're gonna make an impact.
There's nothing cosmetic or fancy about what comes next.
So this is the outcome of the first hectic bulk, I guess. And he's officially lost his abs at this point.
I acquired an unhealthy obsession with gaining weight. And you have to understand that I hated being skinny. I was skinny all my life.
Not fat, just bulking.
I just wanted to create as much distance as humanly possible between me and being skinny.
Wow.
Until eventually I found myself on the other side of the spectrum.
You can tell he put on a lot of muscle though, underneath all that. You know, the average person sees that. The average uneducated person sees that and they're like, oh my God, you just got fat as fuck. And like obviously he gained a lot of muscle during that phase.
Failure and success need each other. It's an evolutionary process.
Everyone was leaving comments about how fat Dylan was.
I just
Being
realized.
myself present.
I just realized I'm on 1.25 times speed, so I'm turning it down.
Not the potential.
Yeah, so this is like a very common outcome, you know, when you're bulking, everyone in the comment section is like, bro, you look better before, you look like shit, what happened? You stopped training, you stopped literally going to the gym and you eat like a fat person now? Like, what's the deal? When in reality, they don't understand that Dylan is cultivating mass over here. Well, that was fast. So this is the after already. Like off the bat, you can tell his genetics are very good, you know? Like obviously he's not an elite, but it's like very, very above average. Most guys who have not trained are not going to look like this in your high school. You know, most guys are just, you know, skinny fat dudes and that's it. And this guy's walking around with a shredded six pack and decent pecs already. He's barely even done anything. The metamorphosis into a fucking house.
I'm so proud of Dylan and everything that he's been able to accomplish.
Mr. Sandman,
I've been able to see him grow as a person and him grow his channel over the years, which has been amazing to be able to watch.
give her two lips like roses and clover.
People used to come up to me in school all the time and be like, "Are you Dylan McKnight's sister?"
Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Oh, Sandman, bring us a
It's like the most dramatic motherfucking transformation video I've ever seen, dude.
Anything that he puts his mind to, he can accomplish.
It's like he's trying to make everyone cry while I'm watching his transformation.
Give her two lips like roses and clover, and tell her that her lonely nights are over.
Every single thing I've ever seen him be interested in or want in his life, I think I've been able to see him accomplish.
Call my own. So please turn on your magic beam, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
I'm pretty proud and happy that I get to call him my brother.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make her the cutest that I've ever seen. Give her two lips like roses and clover, and tell her that her lonely nights are over.
Holy shit, son. That was intense. All right, so pretty much throughout his entire transformation, the guy is, he starts off more shredded than is genetically normal for 99.9% of guys. He has more muscle mass than most people I've seen who have never, really done anything. And maybe I'm giving him too much of the benefit of the doubt by saying he's better than 99% of people. But I mean, like, if I think back to high school, like, how many guys did I know who even had visible abs? Could count them on one hand in my graduation class. So for me, it is very impressive to have a baseline body composition that's not a total fucking rail, that has like very, very, not just like faded as hell abs, but like actual like cut up abs with some simultaneous mass at the same time. So, he has at least, you could say, above average genetics. And that is, as he goes through his progression, it's not like he just gains like pure lean tissue the entire time. Not that if you were doing a dirty bulk with gear, you would even experience that anyways. Like, we've all done, anybody on gear can attest to the fact that they've still gotten fat on gear. They just gained more muscle than they normally would have. So is his progression indicative of natural progress, given that he just started lifting at the time, and this is 2.5 years? It would be a lot easier if I saw some of the progress of his lifts over the 2.5 years, if I saw what his performance metrics were like. I did a quick glance at his Instagram, and some of the lifts, for me, for the time frame he's been training, let me see if I can find a deadlift here. 395 pounds after, over 2.5 years. Not unrealistic whatsoever. Here's a bench press doing 275 pounds. Let's see. This is 2019, dude. Never mind. Let's get a more recent one here. This is him November 3rd. Is a strong man, strongest alone? I don't know, bro. That's a good question. Man, the stringer and jeans, that's a fucking combo and a half. All right, so here's a somewhat recent video, August. He doesn't post very much, so this is, what was that, 45 pounds? What was this, 135 on the incline bench? It's gonna be more than that, I would think. What is this? 45, and what else is on the side there? Holy fuck, his camera is like exactly out angling what's on the side, so I can't see what the weight is. The fuck? Okay, and then 65-pound dumbbells. Okay, well, whatever was on the incline, I think is a reasonable amount of weight to expect naturally, to be honest. Like, this was, like, the fact that I can't see the plate on the side, or I can see just a little bit of it, like, poking out there, we're probably looking at most at, like, 185, from what I can tell. And it doesn't look like it's the easiest thing in the world for him. Now, obviously, having struggled with 185 doesn't mean you're natural for sure, but I mean, certainly leans in that direction, in my opinion, given his training history and whatnot, unless he went on a huge break, because it's kind of hard to tell exactly what this guy did, considering I don't follow him closely, to be honest, and his upload schedule is like every month he posts like once, so it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. But here's him 1 month ago. I'm bulking again. And this is right before he did his transformation video that we just reacted to. Okay, so strength numbers, from what I could tell, are, you know, reasonable. They're not anything absolutely out of the ordinary, extraordinary numbers that require a significant amount of digging into. His body transformation, the amount of weight he gained, is a shit ton, but when you actually consider how lean he was when he started, to me it looks fairly reasonable given how it's distributed over his frame, given his genetic baseline, to be honest. Like, he did gain a lot of fat and water throughout the transformation, obviously. A ton of muscle too, obviously, as well. But to me, this looks like somebody with above average genetics who actually put in the work in the gym and, you know, gained a shit ton of weight and did a dirty bulk, cut down, and is doing it kind of, you know, slowly cleaning up the physique and kind of just making overall progress, like bulk after cut after bulk. And then he ends up here by the end of it, and this is where he's at now. And it's certainly, I could see why people would think it's enhanced, to be honest. And when I looked through the Reddit thread earlier on the transformation, it was like 90% of people saying lying, juice, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll be honest, man, when you look at the thumbnail before and after and you say 2-year transformation, 18 to 20, yeah, it's pretty hard to wrap your head around it. But when you actually look at some of the footage of him in the gym and whatnot, to me, I'm leaning towards naturally achieved. So to me, yeah, to me, I think it was, I could see why it'd be borderline, but to me, I'm going to call natural. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Is this transformation natural or enhanced? Is this guy lying out of his teeth in order to get more views, or what do you think is the deal? Like, obviously he has a very impressive physique for the amount of time he's been in the gym, and just in general, you know, like a lot of guys who would train for 5+ years and still not look this good. So let me know what you think. All the comments help the algorithm, are much appreciated. Like, subscribe, check out my blog, moreplaysmoredates.com. Follow me on Instagram, @moreplays_moredates, Facebook, Snapchat, Physique, Twitter, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. Let's see what the rest of the comments say. I'm sure they're all just like very supportive in here. When you beat the game and come back to look at your replays. In 2 years, Dylan went from ectomorph to endomorph to mesomorph. At this rate, he'll be a xenomorph at the 3-year mark. Let me guess, chicken, broccoli, and rice, another natural 50 pounds of muscle in 2 years. So obviously not 50 pounds of muscle. It was, how much of it was actual lean mass? I don't know. It's hard to say, man, to be honest. But obviously there was a lot of fat and water, and he started very lean. He had a lot of leeway to work with and has good genetics. So, you know, it's a little bit of a tough one for some people, I think, and I can see why. For me, I'm definitely leaning towards natural, though. So anyways, let me know what you think. Comments help the algorithm. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.